because we are all very interested in the problem-solving approaches in the Indian traditions. And your Avadhana is an expression of precisely these problem-solving approaches. So, even yesterday it appeared to me when you are reciting something from memory, you are much more following a problem-solving approach so that you came to the same answer. They are simply reproducing from memory. Okay,
yes. It's not mere memory. Many people wrongly think I have a very good memory. I am a person with very poor or rather a very average memory, mediocre memory. In Avadhana, more than memory, it is imagination that's very important. That's so, memory is not an exclusive thing. In my thesis I have written that also. It's not a supernatural or all date or quick fix by virtue of which anything can be accomplished, anything can be remembered. It's an intrinsic thing growing with the subject, growing with our learning. Our memory will be very good in those subjects where we are conversant, where we are good at. And then one more feature is thinking beyond that problem always solves the problem. Once in my Avadhana, a question was given, Samasya. Eiffel Gopura, Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Bengaluru. In Bangalore we have Eiffel Tower, Taj Mahal and Qutub Minar. And then he also introduced one more condition. You should not allude that as the statement of an idiot. An idiot was crying or shouting so and going, or I dreamt that so. No, not like that. You have to make it hard reality, flesh and blood, like that. How to? This is not possible in our realistic sense. But flesh and blood, well, concretize, I have to do it. Immediately I remembered the Nilgiri cake exhibition. There in the Nilgiri's cake exhibition, annual exhibition, Eiffel Tower in the form of candies, all that used to be prepared. So, Sapalyam Tanagagiralke Nalvi Kalyana Puryakhadol, like that I composed the verse. So, going beyond the problem means the constraints, though they are seeming constraints. Like that thinking in the other way. Lateral.
Did you reduce a constraint or did you re-describe the problem?
Reducing constraint means I should think only in this plane.
Yeah, you must think there are physical objects present in Bangalore. Another, that was a constraint. Yeah, but then
I never restricted them to.
Yeah, so that means you that means you re-describe.
Yes.
See, the same, it can be present as an image, it can be present as a cake, it can be present as whatever you want.
Yes.
So you are able to re-describe the problem in a way almost by climbing to a higher level.
Yes. To allude it to Vedanta, I am very fond of Advaita because it can very easily become conversant with any medium and comfortably rejoice all angularities. In Advaita, the constraints are bare minimum. When compared to other orthodox philosophies like Vishishtadvaita or all other things, here in Advaita, Brahman is Pramana and Prameya. It is the thing to be proved and that is the proof itself. No more things. While in Sankhya we have 24 Prameya. In Yoga 25. In Nyaya it is 16. In Vaisheshika it is 7. In Mimamsa myriad. But in Vedanta it's 1 and 4. But at the same time, it can accept and accommodate anything. Yet it is beyond that. So I accept this and grow beyond that. That happens. Generally what I have observed is, not to denigrate any philosophy, I have told this to many people but only few people could appreciate it. A hardcore realist cannot become a poet. A hardcore Dvaiti cannot become poet because he always thinks the hierarchy, the differences, the absolute nature of difference, it has to be maintained. But for an Advaiti, it is not that. Once, myself and B.K.S. Verma, we performed a Jugalbandi, his painting and my poetry. And it was performed in front of a very great scholar monk of Uttaradimat. He appreciated very well. But his reason for appreciation was different. ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಎತ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದು ಕುಚೇಲ 2 ಮೆಟ್ಲು ಕೆಳಗಿರೋದು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು. Burma had painted so because Krishna was so overwhelmingly receiving Kuchela, he was climbing down and he was going up. He could come down. He need not wait till he comes up. So it was his heartfelt feeling and all that. It was his. But they appreciated in different manner. So in these constraints only we think. The so-called orthodox Advaita has become another Advaita. Once in Sringeri Math, when I was performing Avadhana in front of the present Swamiji, Vandhyaputro bhavati jagatam pavanartham janana. That was the samasya. A barren woman's son will be a blessed son and he will be a savior to the world. I alluded to Shankara. For that I took one nyaya, one maxium. Ekah putraha naputraha sakrit prasuta vanja. That is the nyaya. One son is not a son, and a mother having only one child is no mother. But Swamiji felt bad. Our Shankaracharya Tayinda ನೀವು ಬಂಜೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ. But I showed the Nyaya. The Nyaya is there in Shastra. No, you should not bring in Shastra here. Emotions are very important. You are a Shastrajna, so I alluded this. I find no problem. But the Orthodox Advaita, anything Orthodox will not be Advaita. That's what I think. So, adhering to a system for its own sake will not solve the problem. Adhering to a system just to solve the problem, that's very important. If the problem is solved, the system is over. In our Yajna tradition, it so happens, no Yajnashala is maintained intact. At the end, it will all be burnt. And all the vessels, utensils, everything are thrown into water. It's the indication of deluge. First, sprouting Ankurarpana, that is creation. The whole Yagashala will be erected and then on 5 layers, it will be constructed. 5 brick layers represent 5 seasons and 5 elements. And everything is over. And then in Avabrata, in waters itself, the last offering will be done. Avabrateshti. And then the deluge is over. Next, you have to prepare everything starting from the beginning. It's something like a new creation. So smash that. You need not remember that. You need not resurrect it. It should not be museumed. That's how the Advaitic tradition goes, I feel. In Avadhana also like that, adhere to constraints when it is working well. You go with more constraints. Whenever you want to have a solution, get out of that.
What are the constraints?
In music also, in any classical Indian art, for that matter, in everything Indian, the same thing I observe. In dance, what we learn should not be danced. Even in music also. For example, you have to become expert in such a way that you should forget it. Yena tyajasi tat tyaja. Yaudrinda ella bittu adanne bittu. So what I have learned will be unlearned on this stage. Through that itself. Many Kannada scholars, they blame the meters that they are written according to the rules and accordingly the ganas, the words are all artificial. I have never felt. We cross the frontiers. No word will be fitting to that gana. If you look from that, it will be. But while composing, I will never remember those constraints. The attunement is so natural that the tendency of overcoming it will be very natural. It will be very easy. That will be done. Accordingly, holding it just to leave it. When we jump from